85th and Wade. Thanks for joining me today. Okay, we'll start off with full transparency. I've been feeling some kind of way. I subscribe to a number of YouTubers here and am, I guess, a little jay about some of the fabric stores that they have and even some of the thrifting that they have access to. They can go to the charity shops and find all kinds of fabrics and, can recycle and upcycle, or they go to their local fabric stores and are able to find such wonderful and amazing fabrics. And I just, sit there, drool and cry because I don't have that. Like, I don't have that where I am. At least I haven't found that. I've searched fabric stores, and for the most part it's a lot of quilting cotton, but not so much fabric, or fashion fabric I should say. So with all my feelings gathered up, I went to JoAnn's over the weekend. They were having a sale on their fabric. Plus, if you order online to go pick up, you would save an additional 25%. And so I just wanted to get out of my feelings, so I had to get out of the house and into somebody's store in order to do that. And so being unsupervised and hungry, which is not a good combination to go shopping for anything, groceries, clothes, fabric, shoes, any of that. But I did go and pick up, a little something from JoAnn over the weekend. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so the first fabric that I was able to pick up is from their Black History Month line. This is the Fashionista fabric. It's the quilting cotton, 100% cotton. It's 44 inches wide, and I thought it was nice. I'm not quite sure what I'll do with this yet, if it'll become a craft project or an actual garment, but I wanted to grab them before they were no longer available. Now, some of them on the website do say that they are reorderable and that they will be here for a while. However, I did not want to miss out or I don't know, what their duration of it'll be here for a while means. So I wanted to make sure I picked up some of these before they were no longer available. So I did pick this one up. It has, the peekaboo and both men and women, which I thought was really cool, and different colors. And so with these colors, I think you can get away, if I was to make a garment, I think I could get away with it being whether it's summertime, spring, or fall. If I wanted to sew up a garment with this, of course with the craft, it would just be, any season, anywhere. So this was the first, and I picked up 2 yards of this. Now for my next fabric, again, it's from their Black History Month line, and it is also a quilting cotton. And so this is considered their trap design. So it's a number of different patterned African continent images. And the one thing I'll say about this is that in some of their fabrics for this year, they are complementing each other. So you'll see some of the patterns in a number of different fabrics, quilting cotton fabrics. So you'll be able to play around with mixing and matching them. And I thought that was really cool. But I did want to pick this one up. Now this will definitely be a crafting project. I don't see me making anything in this that I would actually wear. Although, I may change my mind. But I did want to pick this up. I thought it was really nice. And this is on a cream background. So I really like that. And I did get 2 yards of this as well. Okay, again, Black History Month line, another trap pattern as they call it. This one, however, is knit, so there's a bit of a stretch. It's 90% polyester, 10% spandex. And this one, again, has a number of different patterns within the design. And I know for certain I've seen quite a few of these in both quilting cotton as well as the knit. So again, you can play around, mix or match these. Now what I'm thinking about this one is, I did see it, and I'll put her, I forget who it was exactly, but I'll put the name in the description box or up above me here. But in one of JoAnn's weekly ads, they had someone who they had featured, and she had made pillows, or pillow covers. And I was like, oh yeah, we've had this couch for over 2 years now, and I cannot stand the pillows that came with it. And so for the past 2 years, I've just kind of turned it around so that the pattern is towards the back and all you see is the solid of the pillow. And so I thought this would be really great to cover the pillows with. I bought 3 yards of this. It's 7 pillows, and they're fairly big because they're on the couch and a love seat set. So I don't know if I'll be able to get all of the pillows covered front and back. So what I think I'll do once I measure it, if I don't have enough for all of them front and back, I'll find a cream color to sew on the back of this. So this will be the front and then the cream will be the back, because my couch is gray and it has cream piping or ivory off-white piping. And so I'll try to find something that I can use as a solid back for this if I don't have enough to cover front and back. And I kind of don't want to do both sides the same pattern, so I can have some coordination there with the pillows. But again, 3 yards of this will be for a crafting project. Now, the last one that I picked up from their Black History Month pattern design, which I think it is, the name of it doesn't have Black History Month in it, I don't think, online, but it's with a lot, it's in the store where all of their Black History Month patterns are, and it is this one. And this one is called Admiration. And do I have it upside down? They're kind of all going in the same direction. And so I picked up 2 yards of this. This is like a, I guess a muted olive green with black. And I'm torn between either a garment or a crafting project. We'll have to see. Maybe if I do a garment and have something left over, I'll see what I can do as far as a crafting project. But I thought this was really cool in terms of, the Fastinisha one was very colorful and more detailed in terms of, the people and their full body, whereas this is just faces, etched faces or sketched faces. And so this one here, again, hopefully a garment and possibly a craft project. For the next item I was able to pick up was this, and I've been eyeing this for a while. I was really sad. Talisha from Creativity by T, she actually has a video, and I'll link it below. And she did a garment in the blue colorway of this, and I was so ticked because I never went back and actually bought the blue. And of course, when I finally went to go search for it, they were out in all of the stores and it was no longer available online. And so I think my JoAnn, as well as online, the only thing available is the pink, the white, and maybe the gray. And so I did pick up this pink colorway. I don't know how good it'll show in the camera there, but it is the cable knit, and it's rayon polyester as well as spandex. So it has some, nice stretch and recovery with that. Now, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. I did pick up 3 yards of it, and so it can certainly be a dress. It could definitely be a sweater or a cardigan. So I'll have to decide. I'll look at all of my patterns and decide which pattern I want to use for this. I definitely will make a test garment before I actually cut into this, because with the blue not being restocked in any of the stores, I don't know that this will come back next year in any of the colorways. And so I want to make sure that whatever pattern I use, I've already figured out the exact sizing that I need, so that I won't mess up the fabric. But this one here, this pink, it's very soft. I really love it. I've been looking for a cable knit fabric for a really long time, so I was glad I was able to go ahead and pick this one up. And again, I got 3 yards of that. This next fabric is from their Simple Life line. And so this is a sage green. It's a rib knit. It is rayon polyester and spandex as well. And it's 58 inches, I believe. This here, I'm thinking I want to make a sweater out of it. Not necessarily a cardigan. I'm not quite sure, but a sweater out of it. I may venture to do a sweater dress with it. I know it's about to be spring, and I really want a sweater dress. So I may just make a toil of a sweater dress and then put it up for next fall. Or because it's, such a softer pink, and in spring, of course, you still have your cold mornings or your cold evenings. So I may still be able to get away with wearing it for a couple more weeks here in the springtime until it just, becomes full on summer. But that's what I'm thinking as far as this fabric, whether it's a sweater dress. The Sewing Nook, she loves Simplicity 8982, and so I do have that pattern. I've had it for a while. Actually, her and quite a few others have talked about that pattern, and so I may, again, venture into making that garment, one of those garments, because there are several views in that pattern, so I may use that for this, but we shall see. This next fabric is a little different. So I guess this is my first woven fabric of the haul. Well, like fashion woven fabric. Of course you have the quilting cotton, but as far as fashion fabric, this would be the first woven. This is, it's like a brick red, I guess is what they call it, I think. But it is the finger line from Sew Classics. More of kind of like a suiting fabric, and I absolutely know what I want to make with these pants. It's going to be for the Sew Frugal 22. Now, before you come for me and say we were supposed to use fabric that we already had, one, I bought this before March 1st when the challenge started. Two, I don't have anything like this as far as fabric in my stash, and I knew the pattern I wanted to make, so I had to. It was mandatory. It was required that I go and purchase this fabric for that make. So these will definitely be made for the Sew Frugal 22 challenge that I'll be entering in the month of March, or I guess starting tomorrow. And so I'll have to make a toil for that because I definitely don't want to mess up this fabric. It is polyester, rayon first, polyester as well as spandex. I'm really excited about it. They will be added to my business bottom wardrobe. So, now we're out with the flannel pants into some actual, I can wear these outside pants. And so I'm excited to get into this fabric, but of course I'll, make sure the fitting is all right and then be able to sew this up for that challenge. Okay, now this next one, again, I know I want to make something for the Sew Frugal challenge, Sew Frugal 22 challenge. I'm just not sure exactly what I want to make with it. And this one really is outside of my comfort zone. I'm not really a florals girl, and so this will probably be the closest thing I actually get to flowers. It's a cherry blossom. I do like cherry blossoms. They're just gorgeous when they bloom. And so this is kind of on a muted gray background with red and black in it. And so I'm thinking a top for this one. And I think I got 2 yards, I didn't say, but I got 3 yards of the suiting fabric and 2 yards of this one. So this will definitely be a top of some sort. I know the red and the black is a little dark for spring, and so I was glad that they put it on this muted gray. So again, hopefully I can get a couple of wears out of this, and depending on what top I actually make out of it, it may get me through, summer or late spring, early summer, and then roll into late fall or late summer, early fall as those, seasons transition. But I thought this was nice. I paired it to go with the red pants. Oh, I was supposed to tell y'all what that was. Okay, with the red fabric. So this is 2 definitely for the month of March. Now, if you saw one of my other videos, it was actually my January makes videos. I talked about how bright that yellow is. And this one pretty much is the same. Like, I don't even know if you can actually see it that well on camera, but it is a pretty bright yellow. It is their double brush poly, and it is so very soft. And I believe it's 90% polyester, 10% spandex. And I will link all of these fabrics below. So in case you're interested in any of them, this one comes in a couple of different colorways, but it is really soft. It is really bright. I know exactly what I want to make with this. It is a replica of something that I saw online. So same color and everything, but that's because I wanted that top. Like, oh, that's really cute, and I like that yellow. Now, I don't know like how good or not good I'll do in this yellow, but I wanted a yellow top. So this will be a yellow top, and I'm excited to get this out. This one actually, I am sewing up for the Sew for Endo challenge, and I'll leave the information below, or put some information up above in terms of what that challenge is. But it's to build awareness about endometriosis. And so if you don't know of any women that have been really impacted by this condition, then you may not understand how life-changing it can be for some. And so this is to just build awareness about it. I'll talk, of course, more about the challenge once I make this garment and post it to Instagram. But this is another fabric that I know exactly what I want to make with it, and it'll be for a challenge for the month of March. Okay, so I promise I'm almost done. Unsupervised. It wasn't my fault. You cannot blame me. I was unsupervised. So, now this fabric here, you're going to say, questionable. And it very much is questionable. Like, it is strictly for, as I say, informational purposes only, for testing purposes only. Now, if it actually comes out cute, you will see me outside in it. But this fabric here, I will not be able to link below. I had bought some sometime last year as test fabric, and I thought I only bought like 1 yard or half a meter or something. I thought I got it from Remnants or whatever. And so when I saw it still at another JoAnn's location, I was like, hey, okay, let me grab some of that, and you know, whatever I have at home, I can just put with it, and we can sew it up as a test garment, and you know, it'll be useful. Well, I guess I already had probably 2 yards here at home, so I bought 2 more yards of this. It's definitely a polyester. It does not have much stretch at all. The crazy thing about this is the person that was helping me at JoAnn's, it didn't come up into her system, and so she just, you know, charged me, I think it was $1 a yard or something like that, and it was like, okay, fine. And then I went to the register and paid for, because I paid for this and the next item I'm going to show you. I didn't do the pick up later for this one and the next one. And so got home, and then I thought about it like, oh man, because the way it came up in the receipt, I didn't know what like the item number was and the content or anything like that. So then I went back to JoAnn's to pick up my order that I had placed online, and so I'm searching all through the clearance, like, where's this fabric? Like, it was a whole bunch left on the boat or whatever, so I'm sure no one came in and bought it. It's been sitting here for ages. Surely no one has come and bought the rest of this, right? And so I'm searching, and then finally someone asked, you know, if I needed help, and I was like, yeah, which happened to be the same young lady that helped me the other day. And so I was like, you know, hey, I bought this fabric, and, you know, I was like, I think that was you that helped me. And she was like, yeah, it was. She was like, yeah, it was a special price, and then once you bought that, we had to throw it in the trash. What? Like, what do you mean you threw it in the trash? Like, it had to be at least 4 yards, 3 to 4 yards of that fabric left, and they just threw it in the trash. Like, oh no, like, girl, can I give you my number? And next time y'all do that, like, just let me know, and I'll just drive to the back of the store and figure out what fabrics I want to take, if not all of them, and I will find somebody that can use this fabric. But, so this fabric, unfortunately, I won't be able to link. but it is just truly a tester fabric. It's like a peach and a purple and white striped dotted some other type of print situation going on there. But again, it's just a tester fabric. Now, these two yards I bought was for a pencil skirt that I want to make. And I actually thought it had more stretch in it, or I thought it had stretch in it, and that's why I was going to use it for this pencil skirt. And I may still try to use it as a test fabric for that. That's another free pattern that came out, and I will link that information above and below. I forget exactly who the newsletter came from, but I was like, oh, you know what, I've never tried to make a pencil skirt, so let me just, try to make one up. So I was going to use this fabric. I'll see how it does. Like I said, it doesn't stretch, and I believe pencil skirts need to have some stretch in it. We'll see. But other than that, if not, for the pencil skirt, I have plenty of other patterns that are woven that I can use this fabric for. And like I said, this 2 yards here, I believe I already had 2 yards. So for 4 yards at, I think, 57, 58 inches wide, I should be able to get a couple of garments out of this just to test. And again, if it actually comes out cute, I may be outside in it. Now, I saved my favorite for last. So, like I mentioned, I went to the store, unsupervised, just going through the aisles, and in my thumbnail, I left a picture of what the cart looked like initially, which didn't change that much from actually what I actually ordered. There was just a couple of color differences that I changed, and I think the cherry blossom wasn't in the cart. I had a different fabric in mind, but I decided to go with the cherry blossom. So I had those in the cart and kept like, okay, this is the online order. And as I was getting ready to go up to the counter to cut my special, they threw it in the trash fabric. I touched some fabric that was in the center aisle, and it was like instantly we were connected. It was euphoric. It was beautiful. It was a touching moment. So JoAnn's, they know what they're doing when they put the right fabric in that center aisle. So what fabric is it? So this fabric here, I'm going to get my paper because I want to read this to you. It is called the Tawny Orange, favorite color, Model Loungewear Fleece. It's 58 inches wide. It is 67% Model, 28% polyester, and 5% spandex. Okay, so if marshmallows and cotton candy had a baby, it would be this fabric. It would be this fabric right here. Oh my goodness, it is so soft. It has that fleece back, and I'll get it here closer to the camera and hopefully it'll pick it up. That fleece back, and then that very soft, like terry fleece, terry somebody's fabric on the front. It is lovely. It is so lovely. They had this in at least 4 different colorways, solid colorways, and then they had maybe 3 or 4 patterned, so like a tie-dyed and then like a linear or something like that. So whatever your flavor, if you're a solids girl like me, or you're into a pattern or printed type fabric, you become whatever the colorways are in this and go grab you some. This fabric is lovely, and I cannot wait to sew it up. I actually had watched Sarah from Naughty Gnome. She had, I think for the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge, she had made up one of Style So Me's loungewear sets and said that it was oh so comfortable. And I'm like, I've not really truly made a loungewear set yet. And I was like, oh, that could be interesting. I could possibly do that. And so she inspired me to think about that once I touched this fabric. Like, I can put Sarah's to shame. Okay, well, I mean, not the stitching and the sewing part, but just the softness part. Like, I can make her jealous with how soft this is. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. Like I said, a muted orange, so I should be able to get away with this, you know, now until possibly early fall, if it's something that I don't do like a lounge wear that I'm truly inside the house, but it's actually, you know, something comfortable that I can wear outside the house. Of course, in the house, it'll be all year round. However, I did buy 3 yards of this, like I said, 58 inches wide, so I'll definitely have enough to make a top and a bottom out of it. But this was my favorite purchase of the day, and although it wasn't part of the pickup, I did have a 50% off coupon. Normally it's $20 a yard, so of course it came out to $10 a yard, and I picked up 4 yards of it. So all in all, that was my unsupervised and hungry shopping haul over the weekend from JoAnn Fabrics. Again, I'll link everything in the description box below. Be sure to sign up for their app so that you can get all the coupons and all the notifications and all the weekly ads. And you too can take advantage of those, I guess, stacked savings, if you will. Hopefully this will last me for a while. I don't anticipate doing like fabric hauls every month. I don't. We shall see what happens. But again, I have quite a few projects that I have in mind for the month of March that I'm excited to get to, and this will help me, you know, get there. So this episode is dedicated to 2 people. So it's being dedicated to Le Janeiro of Le Janeiro Barnes. She is in the Atlanta area and is forever talking about fine fabrics. And I am forever trying to get over there to check out fine fabrics. If I have to just make a dedicated trip to go to Atlanta just for the very sole reason of going to fine fabrics, I may have to do that. It's also being dedicated to Tima by FK. And she is over in the DC Baltimore area, and they have a shop called G Street Fabrics. And she's done a number of hauls on her channel about what she's picked up there, and it's just like, I don't have any of that. I want some of that. She does a lot of florals, which, you know, I'm not into. However, as she sometimes goes through the store and like will show things, it's like, oh yeah, but I can get that, and I can get that, and I can touch that. So to those 2 ladies, I say thank you for being on YouTube. Thank you for sharing your creations, as well as making me and possibly some other people a little envious, a little jealous, or whatever. But if I ever get to the Baltimore area, that'll be one stop that I definitely will put into the schedule. Thank you so much for walking with me through life on this sewing journey. Be sure to like, comment down below if any of these fabrics tickle your fancy or you have any suggestions for them. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye.